thumped and things like that. I know as a child I used to watch The Invisible Man on telly. It wasn't quite the same one as this one. It was a more kind of up-to-date one. And I used to love those bits where the actors were fighting with the Invisible Man. And I got to do it.
You say it's a technical show, lots of special effects.
Many special effects, theatrical effects, things that you could only see on a stage. You can never see them on television or on cinema. And lots of magic, real magic.
Yes, you had to sign a magic circle vow of secrecy, I think, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm not allowed to give away any of the secrets of the show. Otherwise I have to do a year in the mousetrap.
On to other things, Sylvester, for a moment, if we may. Last week was the 30th anniversary of the start of Doctor Who. And you were the 7th and last Doctor.
The ultimate.
Yes. What was it like going back to the role for the special 3D edition for Children in Need?
Well, it was great fun. I enjoyed it immensely. I mean, I didn't really... I was rehearsing and doing this play, and I only had a day off, and so I had to rush it. They wanted me for 2 days, but I had to rush in and do my bit as best I could. But what was great about it was, apart from meeting John Pertwee again and Colin and all the other doctors, was the fact that people around watching it got incredibly excited while filming. We were filming in the down in Greenwich, and there were admirals coming out from the Greenwich College of Navy and all that. Admirals come out asking for autographs and having a photograph taken, and they got so excited, and everybody around us was really excited to see the TARDIS and to see that Doctor Who was back on the road again, even if it was only for just one day.
I mean, there are still people who cannot believe why it was ever taken off as a show.
Yes, I'm one of them.
You're one of them. You and me both. We're two of them together.
Yes, it's an extraordinary decision that was made, and it seems to me even more extraordinary that they're not bringing it back. They might do. I mean, there's a 50% chance, presume, that they will.
Was the Doctor Who role something you wanted to do for a long time?
Well, in a way it was, yes, because for many years after I became an actor, people would say to me, "You make a very good Doctor Who." So I started to think about it. And partly, I think they said that because I actually used to wear scarves all the time. I like wearing scarves. But I don't think it was thought I could act it, but at least I could model the scarf really well. Anyway, when I had Peter Davison was leaving, I applied for the job, but I was too late. Colin Baker had got there before them. They'd already made that decision. So then when I heard that Colin was leaving, I phoned up my agent. I said, "There's a job going at the BBC," and he phoned. And so that set the kind of the whole thing in motion. I got the job.
I understand you thought of wearing a kilt for the part.
Yes, well, I did in a way. I mean, I thought maybe, of doing it as a Scot, because, Scotland is renowned for its doctors. And, well, why not? But, that was only a passing thing. And then everyone who heard I was going to do Doctor Who said, "Oh, yes, the scarf, you'll be wearing the scarf." Now, those that know Doctor Who know that only one doctor ever wore a scarf. That was Tom Baker. But everyone thinks, that's every doctor wore a scarf. So I thought, anyway, I'll have a scarf because that just makes it easier. And so I had a tartan scarf for the first bit of it. And then they decided they didn't really want to make it Scottish as such.
Does the Doctor Who fan mail still come in?
Oh, gosh, yes. It gets bigger and bigger. I mean, that's extraordinary. I mean, you say it's extraordinary they took it off. I thought it hasn't withered on the vine. The fan club grows. There's a monthly magazine, a Doctor Who magazine. It sells more and more and more. There's more written about it, more studied about it. It's extraordinary all over the world, and it carries on continuously. It's just amazing, really, an amazing phenomena. And it's amazing that the BBC will not think, well, even if we don't like it, we could make money out of it. It made the BBC £10 million in its life, profit, and it filled up half an hour time on air, much to the delight of a large minority of people, and sold and made the BBC loved, partly, but also the other wonderful programmes it does all over the world.
Of course, a certain Steven Spielberg, we understand, might be somewhat interested in a Doctor Who.
Well, yes, I've heard that, and I think that might not be. I mean, there's many rumours in the world of Doctor Who, I've learned, but I think that might be partly. There is. I believe discussions are going on.
I mean, you did a Doctor Who convention in America, I think, didn't you?
Yes, many of them.
What are they like?
Well, they're very similar to. Actually, funny enough, they've got Doctor Who ones over here.
I know that. Yeah.
They're very similar, except it's very American, and the Americans are incredibly kind and loving, really. And what is more extraordinary is how they treat actors, because their actors over there are like the royal family. Now, over here, actors are sensibly treated as, the kind of the lowest of the low. I mean, like in the old days, they used to be buried outside the walls of a city, and I think that they should still be, because it's best to be outside society. But over there, they treat you incredibly, and so it's wonderful to go over there and be treated and loved and adored. Sometimes they adore you too much. I was on a cruise, a Doctor Who cruise, and there was a lady on that cruise who decided that her life had reached its zenith and happiness because she was with Doctor Who. And so towards the end of the cruise, she decided she was going to throw herself off. But luckily, we managed to talk her out of that.
To the Invisible Man again, then. Were you touring with the Invisible Man, Sylvester? Where to next after Nottingham?
Cardiff. We're off to Cardiff next week, and then after that we have a week off, and then we spend 3 weeks over Christmas in Blackpool, which is great. I've never played Blackpool, and I'm really looking forward to that.
Sylvester McCoy, nice to have you with us on the programme.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you.